Nice, nice. And speaking of this basket, make sure you guys stick around for that music video, Compulsive Thoughts. It's going to be after this interview. Um, and a couple more questions here, and then we're going to get into a little bit more my usual interview fare. And where the hell are you going?
Get your fat ass back here.
Welcome to Room 6, the channel dedicated to local music wherever it may be and the people that make it, including my guests. And my guests are actually a Pacific Northwest band right on the other side of the bridge from where I live in Vancouver, temporarily. And they're yet another band that I found on TikTok. If you know anybody that you think should be on the channel, hit me up using those email address or social media links down below. Their new album is coming to Bandcamp soon. From the woods of the PNW and tasked with performing 1,000 shows, please welcome to the channel, Long Deer. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
What's up? We are Long Deer.
Yes, and stick around. We're going to be seeing their new music video, which actually came out on May 1st, Compulsive Thoughts. You can check it out there, but stick around. See it after the interview. And their new album, which is Long Deer Radio, will be hopefully coming to Bandcamp soon. Do we have a date for that, a target date?
Mid-July, probably.
Nice. My birthday present. Thank you.
Early mid-July.
Right on. Well, there you go. Make sure you hit up those social media links for the band that I've got down below so you can keep tabs on that, find out where they're playing live, and what the heck, tell them Room 6 sent you. And speaking of that, if you want to be like Long Deer and be featured on the channel, whether reviewed, interviewed, or both, go down there to the doobly-doo, as John Green would say, and click the email address or the social media links. Let me know. We'll get you on the channel. We'll have some fun. Now then. Oh, yeah, while you're down there, feel free to like, share, and subscribe and all that YouTube crap. So, I want to thank you for being one of my very first PNW acts that, since we moved up here. It is, surprisingly, I've been all over the world other than PNW since we moved here. Right off the bat, if you don't know who Long Deer is, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. Tell them who you are and what you do in the band.
Well, we are Long Deer. My name is Calum, and I play lead guitar.
We are Long Deer. I'm Isaac, and I sing and play rhythm guitar.
We are Long Deer, and I'm Owen, and I play the drums.
I'm Julian. I play bass.
Fucker.
There's always one.
I was like, I'm not fucking doing that bullshit, you fucking weird mother.
He's the contrarian.
Interview's going great.
We got one person that's
Sorry.
There's always one.
I love the commitment to the bit though. Until that was comedy, and then the comedy, like, you even made it better. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Chef's kiss. All right, but yeah, why the name?
Well, it just kind of came to us. It was one of those things that me and Isaac were first met up, and we were writing music together, and it just felt like a lot of these songs were just kind of like flowing, and we were actually writing with another one of our friends who plays guitar, like a little bit at the time, and we were thinking of maybe like starting a band with him, which we love him, but he's just like doing other stuff as well, and didn't end up in the final band. But
he sort of vanished, and then we went, and then there were two.
Yeah, but around that time, we were like searching for a band name, and on a tree, we just saw the name Long Deer carved, and we thought that was a cool name, and kind of just stuck with it and ran.
And you have no idea who carved it or why?
No.
Hopefully it doesn't come to bite us in the ass. It's like, it meant that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Little did you know, it was a secret hate. We won't go down that path.
I like to think more like cult.
Yeah, like the only info we could find about it was kind of that, like, there was this old fable of like this kind of mythic deer creature, and it was sometimes called the long deer. So we kind of were like, oh, is it hinting at that kind of like folklore?
Honestly, you should lean into that and make up your own mythic story about it. Just roll it.
Yeah, we've been working on the lore for a while.
Yeah, we're trying to come up with like how then like figure out what is this long deer creature?
Mm-hmm. What does it do?
I'm thinking some like an antlered Slender Man kind of hybrid thing.
Yeah,
with hollow with like eyes from a hollow or something.
Yeah,
well, I guess hollows don't have eyes, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Right on. So, there you go. I wanted to ask, number one, can we talk about your One Condom sponsorship?
Of course.
How can I get sponsored by a prophylactic company?
Yeah.
Dangerous music, safe sex.
Yeah. Shout out One Condoms. We love One Condoms. They've graciously provided us with a box of tins with our logo on them to give away for free at every Long Deer show. So if you come and see us in the Pacific Northwest, or when we venture out to the other areas of the woods, we'll have free condoms for everyone.
Yeah, you'll get a tin with a Long Deer logo, one condom, and 2 lubes.
2,
right?
1 condom with 2 lubes.
I feel like the other way around would.
Anyway. Right? What are they expecting?
Yeah, right. Well, hey, that's awesome. And how did that happen?
Caleb's always out on the internet looking for shows or things to submit to.
Opportunities.
Exactly. And did you find it on Instagram?
Yeah, I found it on Instagram that they were doing partnerships with like all sorts of companies and bands and like influencers and stuff. And I was like, hey, we're a local band. Would they take us on? And then they pretty much were just like, yeah, like this seems like a great opportunity. And we kind of just gave them our logo and they gave us some condoms.
Nice.
It was like a really win-win situation.
Yeah, Julian, how did you? Because the logo that we have on the One Condoms was something that he drew.
Yeah, I hated my job, so I instead of working, I doodled on the back of a receipt that some person gave me for a return, and then I took that. Yeah, and then I sent that to one of them, and they were like, "That's really great," and then they made it look better. Because I don't know how to draw antlers.
He sent it to me, and I was like, this is tight. We can use this. And it was when we were making all of our Spotify and our Bandcamp and our SoundCloud, all of those pages. And I was like, oh, we need some kind of art to put on this. And so I drew over it on like an app in my phone, and it's stuck.
Yeah.
Very cool. Right on. I want to get into some of my more usual interview questions, and OG Room Sixers, you know what's coming. I want to talk about your earliest musical influence, and by that I mean, do you remember a moment where you said, I want to do that?
That's a great question.
Very much. It served me well.
Sorry, that is a great question. And I'm not going to go first, so
you're not going to go first.
You're a coward, you know that?
It's none of your damn business.
Well, I'll start. Because I have like my first thought that came to mind was my parents were big Ween fans growing up, and I always loved this CD that I didn't know what it was when I was like a little kid. I think I was like 4 or 5, maybe even younger, like 3 or something, and we would always put it. It would be like in rotation of stuff we'd put on at the music at the house, and I would always just be going like hard dancing to this one record that I thought was all weird and strange, and it was all like piratey and like sea shanty and like trippy, and I had no idea what it was, and I loved it so much. And then later down the line, I was like rediscovering other kinds of music and like looking like just I don't know, just music exploration, and I was re-listening to Ween. And it just like all clicked of like this, oh my God, this was that album when I was a little kid that I loved. And it was the Mollusk. And like I always just wanted to do something like those crazy, trippy, swooshing, psychedelic-y kind of sounds from that album.
Yeah.
So that's like, for me, like earliest memory of like music influence.
God, picture 8-year-old Caleb headbanging to Ween. I think I was always like involved with music. I did like I was always singing in like talent shows and stuff because my parents were really into that. My mom was a dancer. Uh, they they always put me in random camps, whether it was like basketball camp or like at one point I was in like a little like singing troupe thing. And we once did a flash mob when I was like 9 years old for Christmas. But
Nice.
then when I was 15, I tried. I was like, oh, I'll try guitar because my sister's boyfriend's dad was teaching the class, and so I go to this music store owned by an old couple, and I'm left-handed, so I was like, I wanted to be cool. I wanted to get a left-handed guitar, and I'm trying them out. They only have a couple ones, and the old guy who owns the store goes, "You shouldn't play that. Just get a right-handed guitar." And I'm like, ah. And his wife goes, "It's how about we try both, and you can pick which works better for you." And in fear, I agreed and try to both a left-handed and a right-handed guitar, and I was equally terrible at both. So I decided to go with the one that everybody plays, and so that class, it was called Americana. It was like a music history and a guitar and songwriting class was my introduction to music. And for the longest time, I was like, I'm not going to be a musician. I'm not going to do this. And then I was in college and shirked off my assignments for playing piano in the dorm basement, and went, maybe I should pursue this more.
Very cool. Next.
Yeah, you got it, dog.
Well, it's hard for me to pinpoint a specific place or moment that it came to me. But personally, I remember my mom was always into music. Her mom was a music teacher, and she used to kind of encourage the fact that I seemed to have some sort of rhythmic knack, like just when there was music playing, I just kind of knew what was going on as far as the rhythm and stuff like that. And I probably wouldn't have done much about it until my mom, when I was like 8 or so, felt a very strong desire to kind of push me in that direction.
Your neighbors are very loud.
Well, welcome to Portland. Outside our house at like 2 a.m., at least once a week, the ambulance will come up, and we're like, I hope it's good. But
it's not.
It's not.
Someone's having a worse day than you.
Right?
Yeah. So anyway, when I was, like I said, when I was like 8, my mom felt like she kind of wanted to start pushing me in that direction. So I got some lessons at the community center. And then there's this one day, I was also in Boy Scouts when I was younger. And there's this one day when I was 9 years old that I came home from a camping trip, and there was just a drum set there. And it was just a huge deal. I hadn't played on one before. I hadn't had one before. I hadn't used one before. So that was kind of when it became, real. And then I was in band through high school and stuff. So that's pretty much how it happened.
I have always subscribed to the belief that parents who let their kids practice drums, or who learn drums and practice drums in their own house, deserve like medals or something. They are the amazing, like best of the best. Yeah. Like I've rehearsed in the drummer's house before, and as a 22-year-old, and they were all like 18. I apologize. I'm like, thank you so much. I'm so sorry for the noise. Thank you so much. They're like, he's been making work like racket for years. You guys are, at least you guys sound good.
Yeah.
My parents tried to give me a drum kit. I don't really remember this, but my mom swears they tried to give me a drum kit when I was like 6 or 7, and and apparently, again, I don't remember this. My mom says that I burst out into tears and said, I wanted a toy.
Nerd.
What do I
Way
do?
to go,
What do I
Isaac.
do with this? I don't want a drum. I wanted Lego.
I told my dad one time that I wanted a drum, and he said, "You don't have any rhythm." so, and I said,
Wow.
"Hey, dude." He's like, "All right, do this," and he was drumming with his fingers, and I was like, "Yeah, I can't do that. You're right."
Damn.
Yeah, I asked
And
for,
you got drums.
And I was so ungrateful.
I asked
That's
for a
fine.
bass for Christmas, and my mom got me an electric guitar, and I was like,
It's not the same, Mom.
sick.
Wow.
You actually know me better because I probably would have got bored with bass.
Bass is
Speaking of which, I play bass. I never thought I'd be here playing music, to be honest. I truly like this just happened because I'm friends with Caleb from college, and then I grew up in a house, like my dad plays piano, and like there's always music playing, like I feel like, which is just normal. But my parents like let us be pure, rambunctious, and barbaric when we were kids, so we just like would run around naked in the woods and stuff, and just like listen to like really crazy techno and things like that. So I don't know if that turned into anything like why I'm here, but subsequently, anyway, they just wore me down, to be honest with you.
we kind of tricked him.
They fully tricked me.
We gave him.
They fully
we gave
invited
him
me. I was going through a breakup, and they invited me over, and I was like, "Oh, sweet! Like some homies are gonna hang out with me and fucking support me and stuff." And then they were like, "Yeah, by the way, try this instrument." And I was like, "No, I don't want to do that."
But first, we got you really high.
Yeah,
They got me really high.
We gave you drugs and alcohol.
As
They
you
gave me
do.
drugs and alcohol, and then I was like, "Yeah, actually, this is pretty cool." Like, so you just like thump these big strings, and then it makes noise. And like, yeah, if you do that, and if you do that with the rhythm of these drums, then
it sounds
sounds way better, doesn't it? I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's,
And then we
that's
kind
awesome.
of just kept tricking him for like 2
They
months.
tricked me for like 3 years.
Until we kept tricking him for a couple months until we texted, "Hey, we have a show in a month."
Yeah, and then I was like, "Do you want to do one show?"
Come on, Julian, play one show.
Yeah, so that's my story. That's my addition.
That's funny. I like that a lot. All right, on. So I want to switch over to kind of more personalized questions, and a couple of you, it was very hard for me to find some information on you because of your social media lack of social media, I should say, and also because a couple of you finding the right one of you online, I'm like, is that? I can't tell from the picture. Is that? I don't know. They also live in Oregon. What's going on? So I'm going to apologize in advance. Occasionally, I let down my Patronus, Sean Evans from Hot Ones, and I ask a question that has no bearing whatsoever to the guest. Yes. So I'm gonna dive in and feel free to either make something up or tell me that's not me, and we'll roll with it. Okay. Isaac.
Sounds good.
Isaac Borstein or Borstein.
Steen, yeah.
Steen, yes, please. I was wondering if you can kind of compare and contrast the vibe and the songwriting process and everything between Big Left Turn and Long Deer.
Oh my God, yeah. So, that was my college band. It started out actually as it was the University of Oregon Pop Ensemble.
Oh,
It was
sorry.
Nice.
senior year of college. I auditioned for the Pop Ensemble so I could get some credits while also playing music. And that group was 5 people. I was still the predominant songwriter. It was me and one other girl, Noelle. She was a character. She didn't know any instruments. Had like perfect pitch in the strangest way. One time we were working on a song, and we're like, every harmony you're singing is 1 semitone flat. It's perfectly in tune, but you're 1 semitone flat. And so we showed her what her starting note was, and then she had it perfectly for the whole song. Had no idea how that worked. 1 fret.
Oh, right.
Come on, get your life together, dude.
I'm a woodworker.
He makes tables and shelves and shit.
Numbers, not letters.
Numbers, not letters.
It's only 4 strings. Come on.
4 beautiful strings.
4 gorgeous strings. But yeah, that I'd say that this is more focused. With Big Left Turn, we were all students and everyone came from even more different of backgrounds than we all do. Our drummer was a jazz drummer. Our bassist was the biggest deadhead you've ever seen. I never saw him wear closed-toed shoes in my life.
Oh wow.
He had a master's thesis on every Grateful Dead live performance ever.
Jeez.
So that was his vibe. So we'd play a song and I'd be like, okay, the chords are E, C sharp, A. And he's like, yeah, I got you. I'm like, yep.
Polyphia.
Yeah, it's Polyphia. Caleb loves Polyphia.
No, I like what Tim Henson doesn't like. I'm full boomer band.
We love boomer bands in this house.
Well, speaking as someone who's about to turn 54 years old, I actually prefer, younger stuff usually. But that being said, I also have the range of I like it, but I wouldn't buy it. And while this is, because let's face it, all music is thievery. It's only 8 notes in the octave. There's only so much you can do that's original. It's all been done before, kind of. So, that's the sad reality of being a songwriter in 2026. Speaking of Caleb, sorry.
Yeah.
Same question, but can you compare and contrast Street Shoes versus H-Dog and the Smog?
Okay, wait. Sorry. Have to correct a little bit. Street Shoes is actually that's also mine. That's one that I started in college. And we were both an H-Dog in the Smog.
Yeah, we were both an H-Dog in the Smog. And
he played in Street Shoes.
But I did play one Street Shoes live show.
Right. And that's what I got. That's where I got it from.
So, well, originally in forward going, it's pretty much Isaac's solo project. For the most part, it's been all of his songwriting before Long Deer.
I don't care. I want you to compare Street Shoes.
So in comparing, I feel like Street Shoes is
it's one guy.
Yeah, it's more of a focused project where it's one mind, one thing, and I feel like H-Dog in the Smog was this group collaboration, and I feel like a lot of everyone kind of brought their own expertise of their own instrument to the table, but it was a lot more of a here's kind of this idea, and then everyone kind of crafts their own parts within it, and that's kind of how then we ended up. And it was the majority of the overall songwriting process at the time was done by Harrison, who's H-Dog. And so it was kind of a lot of us all writing our parts within this structure of a song. And it was this big collaborative group thing that it was cool, but it just took a lot of effort. And I feel like it was just a lot of songwriting and a lot of time crafting and kind of jamming and working it out. And I feel like it ultimately just didn't align with both of our schedules to continue that and this. And so we kind of made the decision to put all of our eggs more into this basket.
Nice. And speaking of this basket, make sure you guys stick around for that music video, Compulsive Thoughts. It's going to be after this interview. And a couple more questions here, and then we're going to get into a little bit more my usual interview fare. And where the hell are you going?
Get your fat ass back here.
And he's back. Cool. Owen.
Yeah.
Same question, only compare and contrast Odd Time and the Down Lows.
I don't know what that is.
Yes, I missed
I
one.
have not been in any bands prior to Long Deer. I was, like I said, I was in high school band, stuff like that. But this is my first project being a part of. So
yeah, honestly, the other Owen Keller apparently is also a musician somewhere in the PNW, and
that doesn't help.
No, and your lack of pictures online and his terrible pictures, I'm just like, I think it's him. I'm gonna make him work, but I had a feeling. So
that's
sorry,
fine.
you have to change your name now.
Yeah, well, it's the same name, but
like a David Jones for Bowie.
But that's fine because I'm gonna pivot it like Ross, and wanted to more likely say, what's your part in the songwriting process? Is it, here's what I got, now you come up with your part, or are you all, are you like I used to be and like go sit in a corner while everybody kind of jams?
Well, I generally is for most songs. Some of our songs start out as jams, but for a lot of our songs, they end up being demos that Isaac works on. Sometimes, I don't know, a lot of times both of you start on.
Yeah, we collaborate.
Yeah. And then it really depends on the song where my part comes in. Sometimes there's a very specific, this is how, kind of it's expected to sound. And other times it's kind of more organic and free flowing, but it just kind of depends on the song.
Right on. Last but not least, Julian. Again, tell me if this is wrong, but
yeah, there's actually no multiple Julian Starks. So go ahead. Yeah,
sure. you believe that? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Did you record and edit Club Sofa holiday single?
No.
Damn it.
Yeah, no, that's really fair. I mean, I have no idea.
Really hard to find anything on you, man.
No, yeah, we laughed about that. I was like, "There's no shot."
Damn it. I love pulling out how did you find that? Because people forget they post something 10 years ago.
Yeah, right.
But every so often, especially younger people, I find they're like, okay, well, we need social media, but it's just gonna be music. So here's a show, here's us playing. Here's a show, here's us playing. And I'm like, well, give me the funny, give me the weird. So all right, cool.
I can give you weird. I don't know.
Yeah, bring it, please help me out.
Fucking, what do I got?
What's something embarrassing you did as a kid?
Something embarrassing I did as a kid? I used to call my penis my lawyer. I don't know. Like, yeah.
Wait.
Go sue some people?
We're not going to gloss over that one.
You wanted it.
Was there a suit for the lawyer?
No. But when you're a little kid,
it's a one condom.
They're like, oh, like, do you want to like some parent would be like, Julian, do you want to go do this thing? And then I look at my mom and I'd be like, I have to consult my lawyer. And then she'd be like, and then she would be like, that's not. And the parents would be like, what's wrong with that? He's clearly just being whimsical and theatrical. And she's like, you guys don't understand what his lawyer is. So
Johnny Cochran.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So no, I didn't record that.
That's hilarious, and that's awesome. That's better than anything I could have found on you. Thank you so much.
No.
Here at Room 6, we delve into the hard-hitting inner secrets. All right, so from there, 2 more questions, and then we'll get to that music video for Compulsive Thoughts. Make sure you hit those social media links down below so you can follow along and find out what's going on, and also, get that new album, Long Deer Radio. How many tracks are on the album?
Technically 13, but there
you're one of those. I'm just
couple
kidding.
Interlude skits.
So it's 9 songs and 4 sort of acts that build the Long Deer lore.
You kids nowadays with your 12 and 13 song albums. You see these 8 songs each.
It's only 30. It's only 32 minutes though.
That's including a bonus track.
Nice.
My day.
Oh, and what's the longest Rush album?
The long.
How many does Presto have?
Presto's like 10 songs, 9,
Okay.
9, 10 songs.
Oh, I was just kidding. Like, honestly, some of the best acts that have been on Room 6 have had albums that are, 12, 13, 15, 16.
Mm-hmm.
I even have a cassette tape around here somewhere that has like 18, I think. So,
Well,
so is that somebody's bass?
No.
Okay.
Julian, why'd you rip ass?
I know, right? Anywho, getting back to my more usual interview questions, how long has Long Deer been the four of you?
Well, the four of us is the original lineup of the Long Deer.
Are you guys
And I believe I'm correct in saying it's at one point there was 5, right?
Well,
Yeah.
yes, and
Okay.
there's still kind of 5 members. Essentially, long story short, our
Too late.
bassist decided he wanted to become a farmer,
As
Yeah,
you do.
yeah.
and
I
he had
did.
a life calling and had an opportunity to be like, well, I could go live on a farm for a little bit.
I learned how to farm.
He could get really into wine.
PNW,
I was
man. PNW.
Yeah,
That was a different.
I was a vegetable farmer.
And at the time, we were like, okay, cool. We have some shows to play. What does that mean? And so we kind of bringing it back to his college band.
Yeah, Declan from Big Left Turn. So actually, he's in. That was when we were doing that. Julian was still away at the farm, so Declan is the bassist in our Compulsive Thoughts music video, and Julian plays. What's your name?
I'll play the lizard guy.
The Lizard King.
Yeah.
Okay, Jim Morrison.
And so
I like Jim.
we love the Doors. Doors is a big influence for sure.
Right on. Well, the reason I asked that question is that you've been together for a while, right? Couple years at least.
Yeah, 2 years.
Okay. And you've done some shows in that time.
Mm-hmm.
As Long Deer, I was wondering if you each had kind of like this favorite show moment where, performing where either things went way off the rails or you checked off a bunch of Rockstar wish list stuff or what? What do you got that's your, like, this one time kind of story?
I remember the first time we got a mosh. That was in when we went to Bend, and we played at a place called the Capitol, which is now unfortunately a barcade.
Oh, actually?
Yeah,
Womp womp.
but we were the opening band for 3 like death and black metal bands.
Like grindcore kind of. Yeah. It was like
memories.
yeah.
Right? So
No, that was with Declan.
that was with
Yeah.
Declan.
Right on.
But that show, it was an all ages show, and so there were a bunch of teens there, which are always much more excited about live music than us old farts.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool watching them go into like the circle pit and run around.
Yeah.
Kind of caused that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I think just all the moments that photographers come out and like snap photos of us at a show, and then especially when it's unprompted, like sometimes we've had a few random photographers just take photos and then send them or post them later. It's kind of always this cool moment of like, whoa, someone's out there watching and they saw us in this way. That kind of feels like the most rock star moment I would say.
Yeah.
Nice. Anybody else?
For me, it was the first time we played at Dante's, because I had seen a show there, and I just know of it as kind of having this, sort of iconic status in Portland culturally, and the fact that I was able to play there, was such a big deal because our first show was such a big deal to me because I hadn't been in a band before, and it was just something that I wasn't sure I'd ever be able to do, and then I did it, and it was awesome. And I feel like playing at Dante's the first time was the second sort of pivotal moment where I was like, oh my God, like, we had a green room, which is just, it was something that I didn't it's not a, it's just Dante's, but it's also in my mind, it is Dante's. Like, it's a big deal. It's not just Dante's. So it was fun.
And then,
awesome. Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say that we did a show at the Showdown, right?
Yeah, we did do a show.
Yeah, we did a show at the Showdown. One of my favorite artists, like of all time, Michael Hurley, was gonna play right after us, like the next day. Actually, he passed away a few days after that, so that was pretty crazy for me because I've loved him as a folk artist for like forever, and he's really important to myself, and so I feel like that cool intersection of could have seen him or this or that, or like I got to play in the place that he was going to play the next day. It felt really, really cool to me. And that made it feel real that I was actually doing something that, I mean, he had such an effect on me and how I feel about things and all that stuff. So it's cool to even have that nice intersection in the universe that I was ever going to be in a place where he would even play. So, and rest in peace, Michael Hurley. You're the man. So
yes. Speaking of Showdown, I believe you have a Battle of the Bands coming up, right?
Yeah,
we do. Yes,
we're playing. I think this video is going to post before that. Let me do my math here.
On the 6th. Yeah, May 6th. Yeah.
At time of recording, it's the 29th. Is that right? 29th?
Yeah.
No, I lied. I'm sorry. It will have passed already. So I hope you did good. But you also have a show coming on the 16th, right?
Yeah, we're playing at a Swan Dive in Portland.
Hopefully, I will be there.
Burn and Los Toms from Colorado.
Nice.
Through. So it should be a super killer night of psych rock.
Yeah, they're super sick psych bands.
Right on. Hopefully I can make it. I'd love to meet you guys in person.
Yeah, we could get you on the guest list if so. Just let us know.
Well, thank you. We'll talk off screen. We'll work it out in trade. Just hook me up with a condom. I'm good. My wife just sat up somewhere else in the house. What? No. Last question. You made it. Yay! Stick around. We're going to be seeing that music video for Compulsive Thoughts, and hit up those social media links down below so you can check out Long Deer, see what they're up to, and get that new album when it drops. We're going to hop in our time machine. We're going to go back to that earliest musical influence question. Okay. What is one thing that you wish you could go back and say, hey, you're going to need to know this about going down this twisted road that is music? And don't say change the strings.
we don't need to be told change your strings, because Calum busts a string on average once a show, sometimes twice. Our first show ever.
Nice.
He broke 2 strings on stage and didn't have a backup guitar, so we just had to like riff while he behind stage.
Yeah. What did we learn?
So my first thing I would tell myself was to always bring a backup guitar, because
yes.
Even the last show that I broke a string and I didn't have one, I was thinking, I should probably bring my other guitar, and I kind of just spaced it like right leaving out the door. And of course I break a string, and then I'm like sitting there like, okay, where are those notes? How do I play this on the next string above? And like doing mental gymnastics. But I think it was okay. But now I always have a second guitar.
Mm-hmm. Smoother.
Next batter up.
I think I would just try to educate myself on how like booking works, because it took us a while to figure out what you had to do when speaking to venues, when contacting bands, when trying to put a bill together, doing all that stuff. I felt like such a poser for so long, and I felt like I was going to say something that was going to get us like blacklisted. Exactly. And they're like, no, these dudes aren't cool enough for us. They're going on the no-go list. So just telling myself that really like nobody cares that much, but just giving the rundown of this is your order of operations. Get of how to set up a bill and set up a show with venues.
Very good.
I would tell myself that every opportunity you get to play music and every band is just its own thing. It's just different. And I think I had an assumption that like when I was in my first band, it would sound a certain way and it would be a certain way, and I would start it in a certain way, I would join it in a certain way, and I think I was just approaching it from the wrong direction at the very beginning, and I realized that like, you know, it's just gonna happen how it happens, and it's special, it's unique. You know, every moment we play is special and unique, and like every different project is going to be special and unique, and you have to honor that difference that each project presents itself with. So
well spoken. We have one more, right?
Yeah. What was the question?
What'd you learn?
What
would you tell
What
me?
did I learn? Listen, God damn it.
No, what is one thing you wish you could tell yourself when you started performing music? Hey, you're going to need to know this.
Oh man. I feel like there's a lot of things I feel like there's a mindset I wish I had in the beginning. I do wish that, I mean, because I told you the story of how I kind of like this happened. I didn't think this would happen. I kind of wish I jumped into it with a little less like of my logic and kind of like stubbornness to like new things. But if I could tell myself in regards to like the things I know now after playing shows and doing that, play loud, play fast, play hard, and make sure you leave your mark. Make sure people remember you, you know, every time, every single time, whether it's playing for one person or playing for, 50 people. Be unapologetically obnoxious.
I couldn't say it any better. So thank you very much for being on the channel, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Stick around. We're going to see that music video for Compulsive Thoughts, and then we're going to catch you in the outro. In the meantime, we'll temporarily say goodbye. See you in a minute.
I receive incoherent calls, tipsy friends and horny dolls, asking for my information. For a sec I hold my breath, maybe it's a family death, I wait for an explanation. Jason, just because you were there, I can't cut compulsive thought. Think it's just a state of mind. Put less stress on what's behind. Musing hurts everyone involved. Better still to close your eyes. We don't need to have to try. I suppose the sympathy dissolves. Jason, just because you're there, I can't cut compulsive thought.
I want to thank Long Deer for coming on the channel. It was a great interview and an awesome music video. Make sure you hit those social media links down below so you know what they're up to next. In the meantime, if you want to see more videos like this, please click up here. If you want to subscribe, click over there, and don't forget to ring the bell. It really does help, and I appreciate you. And if you want to hear my own music, click over there. Remember to be amazing, and we'll see you next time on Room 6. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum.
Ba.
There's always one.